Hello and good morning. That is, if it is morning for you right now, you're more than welcome to the sequence in the afternoon, of course. Anyway, I digress. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Sæunn and I'm so happy that you're here. Today, as you may have guessed from the title, we are going to be doing a morning sequence, sort of energizing, get the body, wake the body up, get it moving, and hopefully set ourselves up for a great day. Let's do it. So we're going to start out in a nice comfortable seat, whatever that looks like to you. So maybe it's cross-legged, maybe you'd rather reach the legs out long. Maybe you want to sit on something, especially if you're finding that you're kind of slouching a bit. Then maybe sitting on a block like one of these guys, or a pillow, or maybe like a folded up blanket, anything to just sort of lift the hips up a little bit. And then let's allow the arms to rest wherever feels natural. Maybe it's on the knees, maybe it's in the lap. Just, find a nice comfortable spot for the hands to rest. And then let's close the eyes for a moment. And maybe the eyelids feel quite heavy. Maybe there's still a bit of sleep left in the body. We're just going to notice that, and that's okay. And just take a few moments to sort of tune in to how the body's feeling right now. Maybe there's a bit of stiffness from our sleep. Then maybe not. Just kind of checking in with the state of the body this morning. And then checking in with the state of the mind. Whether the mind is feeling busy or calm, or maybe somewhere in between. Just letting ourselves notice what's going on. And we try to limit ourselves to just observing any thoughts, any feelings. Trying to avoid interacting, not really chasing after any thoughts. Let's not think about the day ahead just yet. Let's just really notice how we're feeling right now, how the body's doing, how the mind's doing. Letting ourselves be really present, settling the focus on the breath. Feeling the soft flow of air in and out through the nostrils. Allowing the breath to get a little bit longer, a little bit deeper. Finding a soft, steady rhythm. And we allow that rhythm of the breath to be our anchor to the present moment. So if at any point you feel the mind beginning to drift, maybe beginning to plan for the day ahead, and just without judging, just take a pause and then softly guide it back to the breath, back to our anchor. The inhale, the exhale, back to this present moment, here and now. Taking a deep inhale. And a long exhale. Let's really gently allow the eyes to flutter open, but holding on to this nice soft gaze. So kind of taking the gaze a little bit down, sort of just past the tip of the nose. Taking a deep inhale. And a long exhale. Inhale, reaching the arms up high and really lengthening up through the sides of the body. But let's allow the shoulders to be quite soft. On the exhale, dropping the left hand, reaching the right arm up and over to the side. Really creating space through the sides of the body. Inhale, bring it back into the center. Exhale, dropping the right arm, reaching the left arm up and over. Inhale, center. Exhale, left arm again down, reaching the right arm up and over. Pausing this time. Breathing. Deep inhale. Long exhale. One more. Deep inhale. And on the exhale, let's rotate the chest down towards the left knee, really reaching, keep reaching through the right fingertips. Deep inhale. Exhale, taking it into the center, reaching both arms forward. And maybe we were able to fold quite far, maybe not so far. Just notice how it feels. Notice how the body is feeling this morning. Let's go for one more breath here. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Inhale, walking the hands back up and bringing them just behind the body. And exhale, let's sort of squeeze the shoulder blades together, lifting the heart. Deep inhale. Exhale, softly releasing. And if you had the legs crossed, just switching it around so you've got the opposite leg on top. Inhale, reaching the arms up high. Exhale, dropping the right arm, reaching the left arm up and over. Inhale, center. Exhale, over to the other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, up and over to the right again, pausing. Space through the sides of the body. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Deep inhale. Exhale, let's turn the chest down towards the right knee. Keep reaching through those left fingertips. Deep inhale. Exhale, taking it all the way into the center, folding it forward. A breath here. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Inhale, softly walking the hands up. Bring them just behind the body again. Let's squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, lifting the heart. And exhale, softly releasing. Let's bring the hands onto the knees and rolling the shoulders a couple of times. Maybe the circles are small, maybe they're really quite big. And maybe there's a bit of sort of crackling noise. And if there is, that's okay. As long as it's not painful, just observe it, feel it. Let's slow it down, coming back into stillness for a moment. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Let's gently make our way onto the hands and knees. Doesn't matter how you get there. Bring the knees underneath the hips, the hands underneath the shoulders. Taking a moment here to feel the grounding, your contact with the mat. Softly rooting down through the hands, rooting down through the tops of the feet as well as the knees. gently pushing the mat away. And then finding our cat-cow here. On the inhale, drawing a line with the nose, opening the heart forward, arching through the back. On the exhale, softly tucking the tailbone, sending this ripple through the spine, rounding it. Inhaling to open, really broadening across the collarbones. Exhale, rounding, spreading out the shoulder blades, lifting the rib cage. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe closing the eyes if you haven't done so already. Really tuning in, noticing how the body's feeling, how the body's responding to the movement. And then maybe you notice that the body's craving something a little bit more. If so, honoring that, adding in any little wiggles, any additional movement that feels right for the body that you've got this morning. Because let's face it, our body's constantly changing. What's right for us today might not be what's right for the body tomorrow. So really let yourself listen, let yourself tune into the body, and then honor whatever it is that feels right, that really serves you right now. Let's allow that movement to get even bigger. In your own time, turning it into something that kind of resembles a downward facing dog. But holding on to this fluidity, keep exploring the movement and the body's response. Staying with the breath, staying with the body, staying in this moment, here and now. Softly turning these little wiggles into tiny little steps, bringing the feet forwards towards the hands. Once we're all the way forward, let's have quite a deep bend in the knees, spreading the weight through the feet, rooting down through the bases of the toes, as well as the heels, and letting the upper body hang heavy. Maybe kind of shaking it out a little bit, shaking out the shoulders, shaking out the head. Taking a full round of breath here. And then super slowly rolling it up through the spine. Keeping this bend in the knees. Coming all the way up into standing. Dropping the shoulders down the length of the back. Taking a deep inhale. And a long exhale. Inhale, reaching the arms up high. Exhale, soft knees, folding the body forward. Inhale, halfway lift, drawing the shoulders back. Exhale, softly stepping the left leg back, lowering the knee down onto the mat. Inhale, lifting the chest, reaching up through the fingertips. So encouraging the right hip back, the left hip a little bit forward. On your next exhale, bring the fingertips down onto the mat, shifting the hips back, flexing into that front foot, try to keep the chest nice and lifted here. So maybe you walk the hands a little bit further back, maybe the knees a little bit soft, but you keep this sort of heart forward, heart lifted, heart strong. Deep inhale, long exhale. Inhale, shifting it forward. Exhale, holding it here. On the inhale, reaching the arms back up high, lifting the heart. Exhale, twisting it open to the right, really broadening across the chest here. Deep inhale. Exhale, bring the left hand down onto the mat, keeping the right arm reaching up high. And on the inhale, stepping the right leg back. So rooting down through the outer edge of that right foot. And exhale, reaching the arm up overhead. So lifting up through the left side of the body, really lengthening out through the right side. Reaching from the outer edge of the foot all the way through the fingertips. Deep inhale. Long exhale. One more deep inhale. Exhale, bring the hand to the mat, bring the knee to the mat, hugging the upper arms in, slowly lowering all the way down onto the tummy. Softly pressing down through the tops of the feet. Inhale, lifting the chest, lifting the hands off, squeezing the shoulder blades together behind the back. Exhale, lower, taking the hips back and all the way up into a downward facing dog. A moment here, reaching the hips up high. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Softly walking the feet forwards towards the hands. One tiny little step at a time. Once you're all the way forward, letting the upper body hang heavy. Nice deep bend in the knees, slowly rolling it up through the spine. One vertebrae at a time. Coming all the way up into standing. Inhale, reaching the arms up high. Exhale, softly floating it forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, gently stepping the right leg back, lowering the knee down. Inhale, lifting the chest, reaching up through the fingertips. So keep this length up through the sides of the body, but letting the shoulders soften. Deep inhale. Exhale, fingertips down onto the mat, shifting the hips back, flexing into that front foot. And again, maybe we move the hands back a little bit, maybe we bend into the knee. But wherever we are, breathing. Really staying with the body, staying with the breath. Staying in this moment. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Inhale, shifting the weight forward. Exhale, pausing. Rooting down through that front foot. Inhale, reaching the arms up high. Exhale, twisting it open to the left. Deep inhale. Exhale, rooting down through the right hand. Inhale, sending the left leg back, rooting down through the outer edge of the foot. Exhale, taking that arm up overhead, Really lifting through the right side of the body, lengthening through the left. Breathing. Deep inhale. Long exhale. One more. Deep inhale. Exhale. Bring the hand to the mat. Into a knee plank and slowly lower down, hugging those upper arms in. Inhale, lifting the chest, floating the hands off. Exhale, lower, taking the hips back and up into a downward facing dog. Pausing here. Breathing. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Stepping the feet out a little bit wider and taking the heels in, the toes out so that the feet are at about kind of a 30 or a 45 degree angle. Taking a deep inhale. On the exhale, bending through the knees, starting to walk the hands back towards the feet, dropping the hips down, lifting the heart. On the inhale, pressing down through the soles of the feet, lifting the hips, maybe straightening through the legs, maybe the knees stay a little bit soft. Exhale, dropping the hips back down, lifting the heart. Inhale, lifting the hips up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, hips up. Exhale, lower, pausing in your squat. Maybe the hands stay on the mat for a bit of support. Maybe bring them in at heart. Sort of softly pressing the elbows into the thighs and the thighs kind of squeeze back. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Actively pressing down through the feet here. We're going to inhale slowly, rising all the way up into standing. Reaching the arms up high. On the exhale, taking the toes forward, bringing the hands behind the body, interlacing the fingers. Inhale, squeezing the shoulder blades together, lifting the heart. Exhale, soft knees, folding it forward. Allowing the head to drop, to release. Reaching the arms up and overhead. Knees stay a little bit soft, but feet stay really rooted. Breathing. Really noticing how the body feels, how the posture affects the body. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Inhale, lifting the chest halfway. Exhale, releasing the arms, folding it forward. Maybe softly swaying, maybe gently shaking it out. And then gently walking the hands all the way forward into a downward facing dog. Stepping the left leg in a little bit. Inhale, reaching the right leg up high. Exhale, pointing the toe, bending the knees, starting to stack that right hip on top of the left. But try to keep the shoulders level. So you draw that right shoulder down a bit, pressing down through the right hand. Deep inhale. Exhale, drawing the knee all the way in towards the chest. Bring that foot in between the hands. Now, option to lower that back knee down, or you can keep it lifted. Inhale, reaching the arms up high, coming into a lunge. Exhale, option to just lift the heart a little bit. So really trying to find this opening from the chest rather than from the lower back. Deep inhale. Exhale, bring the fingertips down onto the mat, stretching out through that front leg. So maybe the knees stay soft, but maybe you manage to stretch them out, but without locking them back. Keep pressing down through the bases of the front toes. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Deep inhale. Exhale, bending into that front knee, planting the hands, stepping it back into a downward facing dog. Inhale, reaching the left leg up high. Exhale, pointing the toe, bending the knee, stacking the hips, encouraging that left shoulder down. Deep inhale. Exhale, drawing the knee all the way in towards the chest. Bring that foot in between the hands. Inhale, rising up, reaching up through the fingertips. Exhale, option to lift that heart a little bit higher. Really encouraging the right hip forward. Deep inhale. Exhale, fingertips down onto the mat. Maybe straightening out through that front leg. Encouraging the left hip back. Breathing. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Deep inhale. Exhale, bending into that front knee, planting the hands, stepping it up into a downward facing dog. Deep inhale. Exhale, lowering the knees to the mat, taking the hands a couple of steps further in front and softly melting the heart down towards the mat, coming into a puppy posture. Hands stay firmly rooted, hips stay high. Breathing. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Deep inhale. Exhale, softly walking the hands back, sinking the hips over the heels, coming into a child's pose. Letting the head rest down either on the mat or on the hands. Softening. Breathing. Deep inhale. Long exhale. In your own time, softly coming all the way up into a downward facing dog. Reaching the hips up high, a full breath here. A moment to just assess how the body's feeling, how the mind's doing, how the breath is flowing. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Either walking the feet forward, stepping them forward, or softly hopping them forward. Bending the knees, lifting the chest, coming into like a really low chair pose. Deep inhale. Exhale, softly taking the hips all the way down onto the mat. Feel free to help them out. Floating, either keeping the toes sort of kind of hovering just above the mat, or you can lift them off, keeping the shins parallel with the floor, or you can stretch the legs out. Ooh, shaky. coming into a full boat pose. Breathing wherever you are, trying to lift the heart, so keeping it high. Deep inhale. Exhale, lowering the feet onto the mat. Bring the hands just behind the body, fingertips facing forward. Inhale, lifting the hips, lifting the heart, really opening across the front of the body. Deep inhale. Exhale, gently lower. Let's take the right leg, so spinning it out, opening the legs out to the side. Flexing the feet. Maybe the knees are a little bit soft. If we're finding that we're rounding through the back again, maybe we want to pop that blanket or pillow or something underneath the hips. Or maybe we just bring the hands a little bit behind the body so we can really lengthen up through the sides. Or maybe we've got a bit of space to bring the hands forward. Taking a deep inhale. Exhale, maybe we can walk it even further forward. Softly folding it down. Only going as far as feels right for you this morning. Breathing wherever you are, maybe closing the eyes. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Inhale, softly walking it back up. Bring the hands just behind the body again, and then gently shaking the legs back together. Maybe planting the feet, maybe taking the knees from side to side a couple of times. Sort of easing through the hips, through the legs. And then we're going to make our way back into a comfortable seat like we did in the beginning. So we're not going to do a lying down shavasana today. Just going to take a moment to sit and stay with me here. Finding a nice comfortable seat. Allowing the arms to rest again wherever feels natural. Allowing the eyes to close. Taking a moment to assess the effects of the practice on the body. The effects of the practice on the mind. When you're ready, letting it go. Settling the focus on the breath. Returning to your anchor. Returning to the here and now. Taking a deep inhale and a long exhale. Softly bring the palms together at the heart center, gently bowing the head. And if you wish to do so, you can take a moment here to set an intention for the day. And I encourage you to set an intention out of kindness or gratitude. When you're ready, bring the thumbs to touch the forehead for kind thoughts, to the lips for kind words, and to the heart for kind actions. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me this morning on the mat. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Please do make sure that you subscribe, like, comment, share even if you feel like it. Yeah, thank you so much. Stay awesome.